Social Security Retirement Disability said survivors are very low and no income. Congress is working on the newly revised Buyback Better agenda. So, I want to make sure that all of us are on the same page and that we understand what is actually going on here. Besides, the Buyback Better agenda is what we've been calling the stimulus package. The Congress worked on literally the entire year of 2020, one starting on April and all the way through the end of the year. The package started out at $6 trillion and was brought down to $3.5 trillion. Then it was brought down to $1.75 trillion. Finally, it passed through the House of Representatives at $2.2 trillion. Next, it was sent over to the Senate and been here a couple of months. Since we actually had that happen in late December from then until now, Congress has been going on talking about a variety of different aspects and provisions from the original Build Back Better agenda. Now, they are either working on a revised buyback agenda, a skinny version. This possibly even standalone bills are much smaller. So maybe there's a few different provisions that lump it together on separate. They've been trying to approach this in a variety of different ways. Congress hasn't gathered to decide which one would be the most efficient and be the best way to process to build a better agenda. Around $1 trillion or multi-level stimulus packages, otherwise known as just standalone bills. So whether we want to call it the revised, the skinny, the stimulus package or standalone, honestly, I'm just wanting to make sure that all of us are on the same page. In the next stimulus package, if there happens to be a full stimulus check again, the beneficiaries of Social Security said retirement survivors SSDI VA would not be included. That is something we need to discuss in a little bit more detail. In reality, the vast majority of people probably don't need escape for all this inflation. For the vast majority of just people out there most higher income, for middle class, Americans out there do not need a stimulus check, right? The Senior Citizens League writes that this big powerful advocacy group for senior Social Security beneficiaries. The whole list is right. They were actually out a few months ago with that petition and they've been lobbying Congress for a focus on the fourth stimulus check of $1,400. Specifically, the lower income and fixed income receivers, that's what would actually happen. However, in the event that they do move forward with another stimulus package or even just a standalone bill, let's put in this way, if there happens to be the full stimulus check in any capacity, whether they call it a stimulus check or an economic impact payment or a relief payment or an anti-poverty check or an anti-inflationary check or a relief payment, what is come down to in the event that Congress actually does pass another stimulus check, it's going to be focused on all of these groups, low income and no income. All of the groups could be the ones that could be hardly focused on getting the payment. We have different reports out there, different surveys that have come up showing that the low income and the fixed income are the ones that are struggling the most. the result of all this inflation, and these are the individuals who are being upset the most as a result of all this inflation. Who's gonna get the stimulus check if we get one of the high income people? No, that wouldn't make any sense. Why would we give them money but they don't need it? That is the opposite of what could actually happen in the event. A full steam mouse jacket actually approved, and again, that isn't if we have no clue what's going to happen going forward, and it actually passed. If anybody is going to receive a fourth stimulus check, it's going to be exactly this group: Social Security, the SSDI, the SSI, the VA, the low income, the no income, the seniors, the elderly, and the people with disabilities. They are focused the most. The people in Congress, Nancy Pelosi, was our Bernie Sanders, the president combined with a big high profile. People that have a big say in Congress and even the administration has recognized is the low income and the fixed income. These are the people talking the burn all up in this inflation. So why could a stimulus check pass these people? It doesn't make any logical sense to anybody. True, we do have that petition out there from the Senior Citizens League. They are the ones who have been lobbying in Congress as well for that one time $1,400 check. We don't have any point that what Congress is going to do going forward, but I'm simply letting you know in the event. If there happens to be one again so much up in the air, we don't know there will be one, or if there will not be one, crossing our fingers that there will be some kind of pavement. On the other hand, they do approve another check. It is going to be highly focused on these individuals, the fixed income and the low income. I wanted to reiterate that, really hammer at home and make it very clear that if you happen to come across, actually be happening right.